The stone and the water. At the edge of a peaceful river, there stood a large, immovable stone. It had been there for centuries, watching as the water rushed past it, day after day. The stone was solid, unyielding, and proud of its strength. I am unshakable, it thought. Nothing can move me. I am the strongest thing here. The river, on the other hand, was constantly flowing, its waters endlessly moving and changing direction. The river's current was gentle, but persistent. It would never stop, always flowing around obstacles, shaping the land, and carving paths through the earth. One day, as the sun rose high in the sky, the river's current picked up, carrying with it a great volume of water from the mountains. The stone, as always, stood firm, its surface rough and solid against the forces of nature. As the water crashed against the stone, it made a gentle, rhythmic sound, as if the stone was listening to the river's song. The river, noticing that the stone remained unmoved, spoke softly, "O mighty stone, I have seen you stand here for ages, unchanging and strong. But do you not wonder what it might be like to move, to flow with me, to change?" The stone, unmoved by the river's words, replied proudly, "I am unyielding and unbreakable. You, river, may flow and change, but you are weak. Every drop of water that touches me is simply swept away. I remain steady, unmoved by your currents." The river smiled and responded, "Perhaps you think of yourself as strong because you stand still. But strength is not always found in resisting, in remaining unchanging. True strength, I believe, lies in the ability to endure and adapt, to keep moving forward no matter the obstacles in your path." The stone, with a chuckle, said, "I am the rock that endures. I do not need to move or bend. I am the very definition of strength." Days passed, and the river's current continued to flow, quietly and persistently. Each day, it flowed against the stone, gently touching its surface and then flowing away, only to return again. At first, the stone resisted, proud of its strength and sure that the river's efforts were futile. But the river did not stop, it flowed again and again, without complaint, without hesitation. Seasons changed, and the river's flow became even stronger. Eventually, a small trickle of water began to seep into the cracks of the stone. Over time, the water worked its way deeper, finding the smallest of spaces to enter. It was gentle, unhurried, but relentless. The stone began to feel the pressure, though it refused to admit it. "I am still strong," it thought, "I will never move." Years passed, and the river's flow continued its steady course. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the stone began to show signs of change. The cracks grew wider as the water continued to flow through them, and little by little, the once rigid surface of the stone began to soften and wear away. Though the stone did not crumble completely, it began to show signs of its age. The stone, in its stillness, had been slowly shaped by the river's constant, patient flow. One day, as the stone observed the river flowing by, it finally spoke, its voice softened with wisdom. "I see now, river, that you were right. I thought I was the strongest because I did not bend or move. But you have shown me that strength is not just in resisting, it is in perseverance, in patience, in moving forward no matter how long it takes." The river, ever calm, responded, "You are indeed strong, stone. But remember, it is not enough to stand firm without change. True power lies in the ability to adapt, to be patient, and to keep going, even when it seems like nothing is happening. I did not move you all at once, but over time, with gentle persistence, I shaped you." Strength is found not in never changing, but in enduring and growing through the process. The stone, now wiser, understood. It had learned that while standing firm had its value, it was the river's patience, its ability to keep flowing without frustration or haste, that had ultimately worn down even the mightiest of stones. The stone had come to realize that true strength lay not in resisting change, but in having the patience to withstand the test of time and the persistence to keep going, no matter what. And so, from that day forward, the stone no longer saw itself as the strongest simply because it refused to move. It recognized the power of patience and perseverance, knowing that, like the river, it too could endure through whatever life brought its way. Moral: true strength is not found in resisting change, but in enduring and adapting to the flow of life. Patience and persistence, like the river's steady current, have the power to shape and transform even the most unyielding obstacles over time. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.